People, I don't know how you feel right now. I can't speak for you. I can only speak for me. This is the eve of Alabama football season opener. Crimson Tide, Miami. Tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. Central Time, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta. ABC will have the call on the game. I am ready to absolutely explode on the hottest show on the streets. Number one form here for Bama football news on a Friday, TGIF edition of the show. I'm your man, Stephen M. Smith, Touchdown Alabama Magazine, coming to you in the magic city of Birmingham, streaming to you the show on YouTube. Speaking of a channel, go ahead right now, drop that thumbs up, give a like on the show, hit that subscribe button, turn all of those notifications on, hit that bell so that way you can get all of the news, notes, alerts, updates on your favorite program, that being the Crimson Tide. We got a lot to talk about tomorrow. Big top 15 matchup between the Tide and the Miami Hurricanes. Coach Saban entering his 15th season with the team. The team actually got on the bus earlier today, making that trip over there to Atlanta. I'm excited about this. You got Miami with Manny Diaz. They feel like they're going to be able to compete in this game, keep this game close. Going to be a very intense, highly anticipated matchup. And we want to hear from you tonight, the Bama fans. Ring those phone lines. And you can do that by calling 205-448-1358. That's the number to call in to let your voice be heard on the show. 205-448-1358. And one more time, 205-448-1358. Want to hear from you. As also that daily super chat goes, $75. Daily super chat go. Appreciate the love from you guys. And we got two of our supporters already hitting up that super chat line. So let's get this thing popping with Jimmy the Bad Man Clay. That $50 donation starting us off on the show. And my man, Senator Coach Smook Hines, that $10 donation on his end, helping us out here on the show. But before we get into topic number one of the conversation, our deepest condolences do go out to two families. The family of David Patton, former NFL wide receiver, won 3 Super Bowls with the New England Patriots. He tragically passed away today in a motorcycle accident. So our thoughts and prayers with his family. Also our thoughts and prayers at TDA to the family of Keith McCants, and very dominant former Alabama linebacker that just went too soon, was a beast in the 1980s. I know we all talk about how great Derek Thomas was, and he was. And we all talk about how great Cornelius Bennett was, and he was. But Keith McCants, an individual that, dominated the 1980s. In 1989, 119 tackles in a single season. That is 6th most all-time in school history for the Crimson Tide. A guy that was a unanimous first-team All-American, first-team All-SEC, an SEC champion, a Butkus Award runner-up, the CBS National Defensive Player of the Year. McCants, a first-round pick in the 1990 draft, number 4 overall by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, played 7 seasons in the league, and was found dead yesterday inside his Florida home. According to the Sheriff's Department in Florida, St. Petersburg, Florida, the cause of the death was a drug overdose. So prayers, thoughts, and condolences to the McCants family and the loss of Keith McCants, and just the University of Alabama, because the program definitely lost a great family member, an outstanding man, and an outstanding player. But we transition into topic number one of the conversation on this evening, and it goes to, we've all have been able to look at the matchups and, what does Miami do best? What does Alabama do best? We've broken things down from spectrum to spectrum, so everybody basically is just ready to watch the ball kicked off and see some football being played on the field. And I myself the same way. But I kind of want to put the spotlight on two respective positions here. And we're going to start off first and foremost with the running back room for the Crimson Tide. And I spoke on this during the pregame show earlier today with Patrick Dowd, breaking news reporter for Touchdown Alabama Magazine. If you haven't watched the pregame show, you check it out on YouTube for TDA. But You look at this matchup, and we know Miami is going to be aggressive with Manny Diaz. They're going to want to come after Bryce Young, get some pressure, try to affect him early and often in the game, even though the Hurricanes no longer have their two best sack specialists. Both are in the draft, both are in the NFL now. They have some young guys that are talented enough to affect the quarterback. So how do you neutralize? How do you take an aggressive defense out of its element? You run the football right at it. You be physical right up front, up close, and personal. And Bama's got 4 guys in this running back room that can do that. And all 4 of these guys are different. When you look at Brian Robinson, first and foremost, he's the experience and the power. He's the hammer guy at 6'1", 225 pounds from Tuscaloosa. Now, he's not a Najee Harris. He's not going to hurdle guys. He's not going to have a flair for the theatrical athletic moves. That's not Brian's game. His game is old school. He's going to stick that cleat in the ground, get north and south fast. He's going to truck guys over, run guys over, lower his shoulder, but old smash mouth power school football. That's Brian Robinson. That's his MO. That's his motif right there. So you know what you're getting there with him as the main back. With Jace McClellan, Jace is an all-around back, as Coach Saban mentioned Thursday on the Hey Coach show. Jace McClellan, he's got power in between the tackles, so he's a north and south guy. He's a one-cut back, but at the same time, he's got that wiggle and that breakaway speed when it comes to once he gets to the open field. He's got the ability to put on the jets, the afterburners, and eat away the angles from opposing tacklers on defense. McClellan also has soft hands as a pass catcher out the backfield. He can catch the ball, tuck it away, get up the field, get up and down the field from a receiving aspect. And he's also become a very solid pass protector. So an all-around back is Jace McClellan. Then when you bring in Roydell Williams, Roydell is smaller than the other two, but he's the fastest of the 3. He can get up and go. He's got a gear to him, and Coach Saban talked about that. And looking forward to seeing Roydell on the field getting opportunities against Miami. But the 4th guy here, Trey Sanders, this is the guy that Nick Saban said yesterday he's the most anxious to watch get back in action. In my 13 seasons, I'm entering year 13 covering Alabama football, started doing this as a high school sophomore at 15 years of age. So in my 13 years now covering the Crimson Tide, I've never heard Nick Saban say he's anxious about a player getting back in action, getting back on the field. So to me, that means Trey Sanders has really grabbed the heart of his head coach. And he also mentioned that the fan base should really get behind Sanders because of all that he's been through. When you discuss the injuries, had the foot injury in 2019, was supposed to have been taking some carries from Najee Harris and Brian Robinson, but unfortunately wasn't able to do that because of a foot injury. Missed the entire season, had to redshirt. And then last year, when he was finally starting to get it going, especially against Mississippi State, 12 carries for 80 yards, he had just a terrible, just horrific car accident that left him with several injuries back home in Florida, including a hip injury. And it was a question as to whether Trey would recover fast enough, would he recover strong enough, would he recover in time? There was just a lot of doubt there. And the way he's battled, the way he's pushed, the way he's persevered, the way he has come back, and not just come back, but has been outstanding. There's a difference between you coming back and you coming back like you never left. Trey Sanders came back as if he never left. I mean, on the field, in scrimmages, we're looking at rushing touchdowns. We're looking at receiving touchdowns. We're looking at power between the tackles. We're looking at speed on the outside. We're looking at wiggle and burst and agility and acceleration and change of direction. All of the categories that make a 5-star running back what it is, Trey Sanders now has all of those abilities here at his disposal. And Saban mentioned he's been so impressed with Trey, and he's excited to see this young man back on the field for this season. Alabama's running back room is a talented room. I want to see everybody do well, absolutely. But when you just look at Trey Sanders, Trey, for Bama fans, he's kind of like, all of you as Bama fans have that one player that you wrap your hands around, that you wrap your arms around. That one player stole your heart. Like, you want to see all the Bama guys do well, but it's just something about you have that one player that just grabbed your heart, and you like, I want to see that baby do well. That's my baby. That's my favorite player. I want to see him do well. All the other guys, I want to see the whole Bama do well, but this player right here, I really want to see him do well. My heart go out to him. I want to see him have all the success in the world. And for Nick Saban, that's Trey Sanders. And for a lot of U.S. fans, that is Trey Sanders. But at the end of the day, Bama, all 4 running backs on the roster, big time. All 4 running backs talented. And when you talk about settling a first-year starting quarterback into the action, like a Bryce Young, sophomore from California, Bama's got to be able to run the football. Now, fortunately, according to Saban, this is going to start off being a much better run-blocking offensive line. With a pass-blocking group, it will grow into being a good pass-blocking group as it continues to get that cohesion with each other on that starting 5 up front. But you got to be able to neutralize Miami's aggressive defense as well as settle Bryce Young into the competition. And the best way to do that, hammer the ball, run the football. You got 4 guys that can do it extremely well. And I'm looking forward to seeing all 4 guys do what they do. But that's going to lead us into here, our first break on the show. Don't touch that dial. We're just getting the bottles popping here in this on a Friday. When we get back, we go to you guys. We go to the phone lines to take your calls, your thoughts, your tweets, your texts, your chats, your interactions. We get to a conversation with you, Bama Nation, after this.
You're watching In My Own Words with Stephen M. Smith, brought to you by We Own the Fourth Quarter. Get your 4-finger bling necklace today by visiting weownthefourthquarter.com. Throw them foes up.
Look at all these great players in Touchdown Alabama magazine. Man, wait till I turn up this year. I'm gonna be on the front cover. But what if Will goes off? Or Joe, DeMarco, Chris, Tim, Christian.
Don't wait. Order now at touchdownalabama.com or call 833-483-2624 today.
Christian or Jermaine.
Every sports fan deserves the proper representation. Will introduces to you the title. Wake that tiny air stone. Support of Nick Saban and the Alps and at light. Head to sports.com and get your title towel today.
Remember the taste of Grandma's delicious sweets? Emily's Heirloom Pound Cakes brings back those precious memories with just one bite. Each cake made from scratch. They make the perfect dessert to share with family and friends for any occasion, and ordering is easy. Visit Emily'sHeirloomPoundCakes.com. Click the online store and shop. Then pick up your fresh cake at the kitchen in downtown Homewood. Order yours online at Emily'sHeirloomPoundCakes.com. Emily's Heirloom Pound Cakes, making memories from scratch.
We popping the clutch, baby. Back into the action from the break on a Friday TGIF edition of the show. Hottest show on the streets here, covering your Crimson Tide. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen M. Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. And before we jump into the phone lines to take your calls, got a couple more super chats to get to. How about my boy Spencer Everly? How about the man Spencer? That $5 donation helping us out here on the show. And then Jimmy Badman Clay has returned with $20 more, dropping in the pot. The daily super chat goal of $75 has been met. Appreciate the love coming from each and every last one of you. Yours truly, and our breaking news reporter for TDA, Patrick Dowd, will both be live in Atlanta on tomorrow, covering the game, getting you all the action. So be sure to to follow all the news, notes, reporting here from the game on tomorrow. But we get into the phone lines to take your calls. Call segment brought to you by the Blue Wrench Gang, 205-448-1358. Number to call right there, 205-448-1358. We grab our first call of the evening. How you feeling? What's going on? What's going on? State your name and where you're calling from.
Mr. Stephen M. Smith, my big brother, it's your boy, Senator Hines from Phoenix City, Alabama. And you already know I'm over here trying to keep from tearing the roof off this apartment I live in, man. Tomorrow is game day. It's game time, Stephen. It's for real game time. We ain't got to speculate no more, Stephen. We got less than 24 hours before we kick off. By this time tomorrow, we'll be celebrating a victory, Stephen. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a 52-17 victory, Stephen. It's going down, Stephen. Hey, Blue Wrench Gang, it's going down, TDA fans. It is going down. I am so excited. I'm glad you brought up that running back group. Man, I've been looking at Trey Sanders and the buzz surrounding him. B-Rob is going to be a very reliable back. But before the end of the season, I say before the second half of the season, game 5, game 6, we're going to see a lot of Trey Sanders featured offense. And I mean a lot. That guy has so much talent. Him and Jace McClellan can stretch your defense side to side so great, man. And you got B-Rob who loves to pound the bar, man. I remember when we had Derrick Henry, Damian Harris, and Josh Jacobs all in the running back room together. Oh, it wasn't Derrick Henry. It was Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was in there. And God, man, when I say the running back room is going to help our offense and our team as a whole, I don't think people understand. Yeah, the passing game is all highlight and flashy, but Saban is about control, about dominating the game clock, about dominating the play clock, keeping the defense off the field. He don't want the defense, out there 80-plus plays. He wants 60 to 75 plays is going to be a good game for the defense. 60 to 75 snaps for the defense is a great game. That means we're getting 3 and outs. That means we're forcing out. That means either our offense is scoring extra fast and we're just getting out there and shutting them down. Like, I don't want to see a defense out there for 85, 90 plays like we did last season in the first half of the season. And I don't think it's going to be that. But that offense is really going to help us. Being able to run the ball and control the run game is going to help us, Steven. Miami is a great team to give us a first half look. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest. I'm going to be honest. Miami's going to be strong for the first half. I believe De'Aaron King going to come out. He's going to surprise us. Our defense going to come out high, going to be tackling good, but they're going to make some plays. And I believe Pete Golden is going to set these guys up to be successful tomorrow. Same as that, you already know, the staff is – I think our staff is giving us the advantage. At the end of the day, our coaching staff is going to give us the advantage. The ability for our staff to keep our guys locked in and focused on the task at hand is going to play a key role in how bad we beat Miami tomorrow. And honestly, Steven, I don't care if we beat them jokers 7-6. I just want a dub, and I'm just ready for this kickoff, Steven. I'm telling you, man. This is going to be crazy, man. And before I go, I need everybody to bow their heads, close your eyes. We're going to say a prayer for the Miami fans. Dear God, I'm just playing. But we're going to get on up out of here, Steven, man. I love y'all, man. TDA, Blue Wrench Gang, I love y'all. Be blessed. Let's get ready, be live in that game day chat tomorrow. We cranking it up, Steven. You be safe on the road, you and the crew. You guys go up there, keep providing that great coverage, man. We love you guys, man. TDA, we love what you do. It's back. Football season is back. I pray that everybody have a safe night and make it to tomorrow to see this great team go out there and roll, see this Tide roll. You all be blessed, guys. I'm out.
Appreciate the call there from Senator. We move on here with the calls here. You are live on the show on a Friday. What's going on? State your name and where you calling from.
What's going on, Steven? It's your boy Scooby-Loo from the NO, that third war, that Magnolia, the home of the soldier. You heard me, baby? We done came all the way 200-something days, baby. We finna roll all the way to another one. Back-to-back roll tide. The U going down tomorrow all day. I got my beads on. I got everything on. We barbecuing. I might even head out to the A tomorrow, Steven. We already know. A-Town is going down. Scooby-Loo, I'm out of here, baby. Roll, tide, roll.
We got Scoop, man. Scoop, they calling in, got me hyped up, got me pumped up, man. Love Scoop calling in. We take this next call. You're live on the show on a Friday. How you feeling? What's going on? State your name and where you calling from.
My name is Richard Hood, and I'm calling from Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
All right, Richard from Tuscaloosa. What's happening, man?
What's going on with you, Steven?
I'm good, man. I am pumped up, man. I'm ready to get in my car now and go down to Atlanta. I mean, I'm getting in the car tomorrow to do it, but I'm so excited. I'm ready to do it now.
Hey, I know that's right, man. I know that's right. Look, I wanted to go on record to say this. I wanted to be the first one to put it out there. JoJo Earl will be, before the season ends, will be in the Heisman Trophy race. Don't nobody talk about it. Listen to what I'm telling you. This kid right here is nothing but the truth. And I'm telling you, the ball's in his hand. He's going to make something happen with it. And I'm telling you, Alabama fans can get ready. It's going to be real exciting watching this guy play.
Richard, you got me happy, man. Richard, you got me real happy right now. JoJo, my guy. Appreciate Richard for that call. We take our next call right here. You are live on the show. What's going on? How you feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
This is George from Batavia. How you doing, Stephen M?
Doing well, George, and yourself?
Doing well, thank you. Very excited for tomorrow. I believe this will be a statement game, and if we get the coin toss, I wish they would let Miami have the ball first. Put it on them right away.
I like that. I mean, get Miami's offense on the field, and let's see what Pete Golden and this defense rocking with. I like that.
Oh, yeah. This defense is going to prove out this year. And as I called before earlier, and I said I think we're going to get some turnover touchdowns, and I'm thinking we're going to get one in this game at least. That's what I'm really believing.
Appreciate that from George calling in, helping us out here on the show. A defensive touchdown coming from him. I kind of see the same thing. We take our next call here on a Friday. You're live on the show. What's going on? How you feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
It's Easy from Selma.
My boy Easy from Selma. What's happening?
My boy, I've been watching for a long time, man. We're turned up by tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of ass whooping. We're going to do it big, man.
I'm just as pumped. If you can see my face right now, Easy, I'm just as pumped as you are.
Man, I'm going crazy. I wish I could sleep till 2:35 and just get up and go straight to the game.
It's going to be outstanding, man. It's going to be outstanding.
What you think about Bryce Young, man? I'm kind of worried about him. Haven't seen much of him, really. I'm concerned.
I don't think there's much to be concerned with Bryce Young. I think he has the talent and the skill set to get this done. I want to see, though, how quickly can he settle in, because it's full capacity crowd in there. So how fast can he settle in? But most importantly, the offensive line. Want the offensive line to protect that young man. But appreciate that call that come from Easy out of Selma. Want that offensive line to protect Bryce Young there. But we're going to a topic right here. Got a quick topic right here to go to. And the topic is, so Alabama is going to go with its road white uniforms for this game against Miami. The road whites a special look here because when they've worn the road whites under Saban, they're 2-0. Bama wore the whites in 2008. In the season opener against Clemson. Y'all remember that? Bama won that matchup. Then it wore the road whites again, 2009. Season opener against Virginia Tech. Alabama won 34-24. So there's some significance here with these all-white uniforms. They clean, they swagged out, they fresh, and it's just, I kind of like the style of it. It's just a classic, traditional, but big-time style there. So Bama rocking there with the all whites against Miami. We're gonna go to a break right here. We're gonna take a small break here on this. We're gonna for a break here on the show. For all of you guys still on the call lines, hold through on the call lines, hold through. We'll get back to you guys in 10 minutes. Upon our return, though, we're gonna get into a conversation on the wide receivers, breaking this group down for the matchup against Miami. We'll be back after this.
You know what we do at the start of the fourth quarter. We throw them foes up. But now you don't have to wait until the fourth quarter. Get your 4-finger bling necklace at WeOwnTheFourthQuarter.com. It's the first and only logo that captures the essence of all Crimson Tide players and fans as we represent the legendary Alabama football fourth quarter dominance. Get your 4-finger bling necklace right now at WeOwnTheFourthQuarter.com. Get yours today and stun on them haters. Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $7.95 per month, or pay $74.95 for a full year subscription. That's a yearly saving of $20. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
What's up, Bama Nation? This is Rudy Griffin, former Alabama defensive lineman, and you're listening to my guy, Stephen M. Smith, in my own words, brought to you by Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Roll Tide, roll!
We are back into the action here, folks, from the break. Number one forum for Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen M. Smith, Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Tide Nation on tomorrow. Be sure to stay tuned for the watch party, TDA watch party during the game. My guys, John Ivory and Justin Smith, will be over the watch party. Check it out during the game tomorrow. The watch party here for TDA. Got to check that out. But as we're back in here from the break, we touched on the running backs in the first segment, kind of breaking that group down in terms of when you're trying to negate or neutralize, as I should say, an aggressive Miami defense. What do? You run the football right at it, and you know the running backs on the roster that Alabama has to do so. But now you look at the wide receiver room, and Miami's defensive backs are going to be going up against some very talented guys in this wide receiver room. And I know Devontae Smith gone. I get it. John Mechie's gone. But not John Mechie, Jalen Waddle's gone. But this is still a big-time room here in terms of experience and in terms of talent, and a group that's going to not only get Bryce Young settled into the game, but a group that's going to make some big plays here, going to capitalize on some explosive plays against a very talented secondary for the Hurricanes. So kind of starting this off here, John Mechie carries the mantle that's been passed down from Julio Jones to Amari Cooper to Calvin Ridley to Jerry Jeudy to Devontae Smith. Now that mantle is on John Mechie as the number one, the head dog, the lead honcho, number one receiver in that room is John Mechie. And I know he was not talked about much in the spring because he was recovering from a couple of surgeries to some injuries that he suffered down the season, in 2020. But he's healthy, he's back, he's full go. And we saw last year the young man from Canada made a lot of plays. 55 catches a season ago, 916 yards, 6 touchdowns, had 2 100-yard games versus Texas A&M and Tennessee, and he's at the X position, the split-end position, at the top of the formation. He and Bryce Young are going to have that chemistry on the field. Young mentioned during pressers in fall camp that Mechie is the cornerstone of this offense and that he makes Young's job a lot easier at the quarterback position. So while Mechie may not be getting the hype that recent number one wide receivers would get for Alabama, you still have to keep your eyes on this young man because he's gifted, he's talented, he can make big plays here on the field. But going from him to Slade Bolden, and Slade, this is his time. He's about to go from being just a gadget, utility type of player to a very fearsome or more so a respected wide receiver, is what I'm trying to say. He's going from a gadget guy to a respected target at wide receiver. And though he may not have the afterburners that a lot of other guys have on his team, he's a very dependable wideout. I mean, he can move the chains on third down. He can get in the holes of a defensive zone, sit down in there, make plays, make catches, move the chains, keep the drive alive. keep the drive going. I always go back to when Nick Saban needed 18 a season ago, Slade came through. Whether it was against Tennessee, whether it was against Arkansas, whether it was against Florida in the SEC championship, or Notre Dame and Ohio State in the college football playoff, when number 18 was called at wide receiver, Bolden found a way to step up and get the job done. This is the reason why he is a starter at that slot position for the Crimson Tide. Bill O'Brien wants to use him as a Julian Edelman, Wes Welker type. So it's going to be interesting to see how Slade does his damage here against the Miami secondary, because he's dependable. He's dependable. He's reliable. He's a veteran. He's a leadership guy in that room. But as we move on down to one, Jameson Williams, the transfer from Ohio State. To me, this is the guy that can potentially have a breakout performance against Miami. Here is why. The attention's going to be so big on guys like Mechie and Bolden that J-Mo at the bottom of the formation, at Z, at that flanker position, depending on who's guarding him, he's got wheels. He's got big speed. He can take the top off that Miami secondary and make some huge explosive plays. Coach Saban has said all offseason long he has fit in great. He has fit in wonderfully with this wide receiver room. He's made plays throughout camp. He's made plays in both scrimmages. Keep your eyes on number one, Jameson Williams. This could potentially be a breakout game for him. He left Ohio State, came to Alabama, and it was not because he was good at Ohio State, because he was. The Buckeyes just prioritized Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson more, and Jameson Williams thought, after John Mechie at Alabama, I can have a chance to kind of chart my own path here, so to speak. So keep your eyes on Jameson Williams. Potential breakout guy here against Miami. So last but not least here in this wide receiver room, got to pick up JoJo Earle right here. This has been my guy since the moment he flipped from LSU to Alabama in the early signing period for the 2021 class. When you are not an early enrollee, but you come in the summer and you pull Nick Saban's retinas out of his eyes and you stick them right back in, that's how you know you the real deal. When you pull the corneas out of Nick Saban's eyes and you stick them puppies back in, that's how you know you ain't popping smoke. Like, you is the real deal here. And JoJo Earle is the real deal here. I mean, he is starting in the punt return role. He is a co-starter in the slot with Slade Bolden. To me, it's how often can Bill O'Brien get this man the football, because he can work in the slot. He can work on the outside. You can move him in motion and have him take carries as a running back. Bama's got him punt return. How often can you get JoJo Earle the ball and see the type of plays this young man can make in space? I am just really excited to see what this wide receiver room does here against Miami. Not just settling Bryce Young to the ball game, but the amount of plays they can make, the amount of explosive plays they can make, and most importantly, the amount of times they can frustrate this experienced secondary that Manny Diaz has for the Canes. But we're going to take a break right here on Michelle and touch that down. When we get back, we return to the phone lines to take your calls, your thoughts, your conversations, and interaction with you, Bama Nation, coming right after this.
Don't touch that dial. Call in right now as we're taking your calls up next on In My Own Words with Stephen M. Smith. Brought to you by We Own the Fourth Quarter. Visit WeOwnTheFourthQuarter.com now to get your four-finger bling necklace.
This is Chris Rogers, 2009 national champion. You are listening to the baddest, when I say the baddest, sports show in the state of Alabama. In my own words, you know, yours truly, Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Don't touch that dial.
You know what we do at the start of the fourth quarter. We throw them foes up. But now, you don't have to wait until the fourth quarter. Get your 4-finger bling necklace at WeOwnTheFourthQuarter.com. It's the first and only logo that captures the essence of all Crimson Tide players and fans as we represent the legendary Alabama football fourth quarter dominance. Get your 4-finger bling necklace right now at WeOwnTheFourthQuarter.com. Get yours today and stun on them haters. Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $7.95 per month, or pay $74.95 for a full year subscription. That's a yearly saving of $20. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
Folks, we are back in here to the action, folks, on the number one forum for Crimson Tide football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen M. Smith. Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Tomorrow is game day. Bama, Miami, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta, 2:30 p.m. Central Time kickoff. ABC has the call there on the matchup. Gotta shout out my man Jimmy Badman Clay with that $50 donation helping us out. And he's also got Bama by 50 as his score prediction right there. Appreciating that love they're coming from one Jimmy Clay. But we go to the phone lines right now to take your calls. Call segment brought to you by the Blue Wrench Gang, 205-448-1358. That's the number to dial right there, 205-448-1358. We grab a call right here. You're live on the show. How you feeling? What's going on? State your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, it's Robert from Mobile.
Rob, what's going on, man?
Yeah, like what your earlier caller says, yeah, I hope Alabama gets the ball, win the coin toss and defer, because we're all ready to see this defense do its thing on the field. That's for once in a long time, that's the main thing we want to see, is how well this defense goes against a middle-of-the-road Miami team, a team that, it's a good challenge. Gives you the idea of how to gauge how well the defense is going to play for the rest of the season. If they shut them out, or shut them down, less than 14 points, okay, that gives us a lot of confidence that the defense is going to be ready to take the lead with this team this year. Because we're looking for this team to be more of old school Bama ball, smash mouth, run a little more run heavy than pass heavy like we have been in the past. With the running backs taking more of the lead and even running with Bryce Young. So a lot of that going on. Maybe some games we may have more rushing yards than passing yards. Been a while since that's been the case. And so it'll be just really interesting to see that. So that's what I'm looking for in this game.
Absolutely. Appreciate that call coming from my man Robert out of Mobile, breaking down a little bit of this Alabama-Miami matchup coming up on tomorrow. We take our next call right here. You're live on the show. What's going on? How you feeling? State your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, Stephen. Bill from New York, man. How you doing?
My brother Bill from the Big Apple. What's going on with you, man?
All right. Just wanted to give you a couple of quick thoughts. Like, for our offensive line, I think the easiest way for them to build confidence is to run the football, because the thing is, they know the count. And we got these big young brutes, and they can fire out and punish these fools. The thing is, it also takes time off the clock. And I don't advocate gambling and betting on football, but, like, everything I see points to the under. I can't see a high-scoring game. For the reasons I just said, I don't see Miami throwing the ball on us. Like I told you before, people are going to get hurt if they try to do that, But also life has taught me that things that look too easy, they don't usually turn out that great, or else we'd all be multimillionaires. But that said, I just want to say thanks again, for this great show, and thanks to everybody who participates, and roll Tide, brother.
Absolutely. My man Bill from New York calling in on the show here on a Friday. We grab our next call here. You're live on the show. What's going on? How you feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Hey, Steven. It's Josh out of Georgia, man. I'm down here ready to watch this game.
All right, Josh. How you feeling, my man?
I'm feeling great about this one, man. I'm ready to see our offense do this and our defense do this. And I'm just ready to see these new boys in action, man. How you feel about Bryce Young and our offense?
I feel good about Bryce Young on the offense. I just want to see Bryce settle into the game early, get his flow going, and then the offensive line, handle that Miami front and also be able to run the football. That's all I want right there.
Oh, yeah, I agree completely, man. I'm ready to see some points on that board and ready to whoop them Canes' butts.
Hey, George, my man Josh, let's do it. Appreciate Josh from Georgia there for the call. Got me all hyped up right there. Josh from Georgia, good call from him. We grab another call right here. You are live on the show tonight. What's going on? How you feeling? State your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is William up here in Iowa again. What's going on?
William, I'm good, man. I'm doing fantastic. Big game tomorrow. We can finally stop speculating. We can finally actually watch Bama football in action. The team left earlier today, going to Atlanta. I'm pumped up, man. How are you?
I'm great. I seen somebody in the chat there saying that our defense is gonna score off of them. And I like to see that again. We had a year where we did that. That our defense was, just intercepting and scoring all kinds against them. I just wondering what do you think about that?
I can see a pick six from this defense. I can see a fumble return for a touchdown by this defense. I can see a defensive score this weekend. I can see it.
Good. I'm excited. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go.
Absolutely. Appreciate my man William from Iowa calling in. As always, give us a great call, helping us out here on the show. We grab our next call right here. You're live on the show tonight. What's going on? How you feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Man, what's going on? Stephen A. Young, Sway from Downer Bay.
Oh, Sway back.
Hey, I'm with my boy right now. With my boy. I need them 2 numbers for the boy tomorrow. What we got? I got the money on it. You know what I'm saying? I got to put that money on the game. You feel me?
I feel you. Hey, you good? Hey, you good, Sway? Go and put it down. You good, Sway?
No, I need my number. What my number going to be?
All right, let's go. I got my score prediction, Sway. I got 42-13, Sway. I got 42-13.
No, dog. I'm talking about the number. The number for the board. My gambling board, dog.
Man. Now for the boys, man.
First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, dog.
Man. Give me 5 across. Give me 5 across the board on that then, Sway. Give me 5.
Now, I don't think you know what I'm talking about. It's all good. I'm going to holler at somebody else, though, but we finna roll anyway tomorrow, though. Appreciate it, Steve.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, Sway. Good call from Sway there. I'm not a boards guy. I'm not a gambling guy. I'm a football guy. So, but to each his own. To each his own. Appreciate Sway calling. You gotta love Sway. Sway always is a very entertaining call here. We got some more super chats coming in here. We got Bill from New York, $10 here from my man Big Bill from New York. We even got Jimmy Cashman Clay with that $10 donation helping us out here on the show. Appreciate the love from everybody here on this evening. We got to go to a quick topic right here, and that goes to Jalen Armour-Davis, defensive back for Alabama, cornerback, redshirt junior out of Mobile. He was a bit banged up in fall camp. Had some slight, injuries there, slight little nick and bruise there. But according to Coach Saban on Thursday, he's good. He's 100%. He's good to go. Looking forward to playing and will play and start against Miami opposite Josh Jobe as the other boundary corner. And I'm excited to see J.A.D. or Kick Slide King, that's his nickname by his teammates on the field. The reason being, when he came in 2018, Saban really liked him on the recruiting trail, even more so than Patrick Surtain and Josh Jobe. He liked the size, the length, the ball skills, the athleticism, the instincts, all of the things that Jalen Armour-Davis brought to the table. Unfortunately, we know the story. He got hurt. did not play his freshman year. He got recruited over multiple times, but the fact that he dug his way up, pulled his way up, and has put himself in position to start against Miami, as he will start against the Hurricanes. So looking forward to seeing Jalen Armour Davis on the field. Also, Bama fans, if you want to have your photo, your picture featured on the show when you call in, you send that photo to tdalabamateam@gmail.com. That's tdalabamateam@gmail.com. Send that photo right there, and that photo, along with your name, will be featured on the show when you call in. We're going to go to a break right now, folks. When we get back, we start the first game of the season with the famous Lock or Drop Game interactive segment to get you pumped up for Bama Miami. We wrap it up with Lock or Drop after this.
If you're an avid Alabama Crimson Tide fan and you love to flaunt it, then show your Alabama Crimson Tide support by grabbing the All Bama sneakers. They feature bold Crimson Tide graphics, so no one will be able to question where your allegiance lies. When you add these sweet sneakers to your Alabama Crimson Tide collection, go to stsfootwear.com and use the code TDAlabama for $15 off your purchase. That's code TDAlabama for $15 off your purchase. Go to stsfootwear.com and get your All Bama sneakers today. Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $7.95 per month, or pay $74.95 for a full year subscription. That's a yearly saving of $20. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
I'm Malachi Moore, and you're watching In My Own Words with Stephen M. Smith on Touchdown Alabama YouTube channel.
All right, people, all right. We're back in from the break. Number one form for Crimson Tide football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen M. Smith. Touchdown Alabama Magazine tomorrow. Crimson Tide taking on Miami. Number 1 versus number 15 at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, 2:30 p.m. Central Time, kickoff. ABC will have the call on the game. And before we get into our favorite game, the famous Lock or Drop Game, fun, interactive six-pack of questions here, we got to remind you of tdaware.com. That's tdaware.com. So for all of you fans still overjoyed with the Crimson Tide's national championship, we want you to check out our championship collection merch. Now, this means you grab you an 18 of them thing, folk. Hoodie, t-shirt, or sweatshirt, as well as our Got 18 We Do shirts. Designs that feature all 18 championship years on the back. You head on over to tdaware.com. Do it right now. tdaware.com. You go to the Championship Collections merch tab, and you get you that gear today, showing that support for Coach Saban, the University of Alabama, the student athletes, and us here at Touchdown Alabama Magazine. But before we get to Lock or Drop, gotta shout out Jimmy Clay, ice in his veins. Again, $30 donation, super chats, helping us out on the show. Gotta love the man, Jimmy Cash Man Clay, helping us out here on the show. But y'all know what time it is. It's Lock or Drop time. Y'all know what the Lock or Drop game is. Six-pack interactive questions engaging you, the Tide fans, on your favorite program. If you rocking with it, we locking it. If you ain't feeling it, we dropping it. Always fun playing this game. And you as the fans get involved because our own John Ivory puts polls in the chat. So our own John Ivory puts the polls in the chat, and you can vote in the chat where the polls are concerned, if you're locking it or if you're dropping it. And this is the Miami edition. This is the Lock or Drop season opener, Bama Miami edition. So let's get this thing popping right now. So first thought here, going to Lock or Drop, goes to Alabama quarterback Bryce Young. And the question and the thought is, Bryce Young will toss. Bryce Young will account for 3+ touchdown passes against Miami. Bryce Young will account for 3+ TD passes. Now, Young has earned the starting quarterback job. He has been fantastic from the spring to the summer. throughout fall camp. The NIL deals not affecting him negatively or the team negatively. Coach Saban has raved about him, so has Bill O'Brien, so have his teammates. And U.S. fans, you're not asking him to be all-world, all-hero. You're just asking him to play his style, to make plays, to guide this offense successfully, and most importantly, win every game on the schedule and make the way to the national championship. But first off, starting with this Miami game, that's all you are requiring from him. But the thought is, Bryce Young, first game as a starter in full capacity crowd in Atlanta, will he have 3+ touchdown passes here? 71% of you are locking this. 73% of you are locking this. 27% of you are dropping this. So I'm going to go with the 27% dropping this right here. I'm not saying that Bryce can't do it. I'm saying I think this game is going to be more so run-oriented. Bama's going to want to run the football, control the clock, eat some clock, get that offensive line, with that cohesion going. I still think Bryce Young puts up 2 touchdowns. I think he puts up 2, but 2 touchdown passes. But I don't see, 3 or north of 3 because I think Alabama's going to really want to go out there and establish that rushing attack, get that offensive line settled in there. As we move on to the next thought here in lock or drop, this goes to one Trey Sanders. So Trey Sanders will record his first career rushing touchdown against Miami. Trey Sanders will record his first career rushing touchdown. We've already discussed so much on Sanders. He has been through so much in his short career as an Alabama running back thus far, with the injuries, with the medical setbacks. He's been through a lot, but he has grinded. He has worked his way back. He has recovered strong. Coach Saban mentioned that he is anxious. He is ready to see Trey in action. Sanders has been impressive in his recovery process. And, Miami recruited him in that 2019 class, in that 2019 cycle. The young man from Florida, coming from IMG Academy, chose Bama. But Trey Sanders will get his first career rushing touchdown. Let's see what we got here. So, U.S. fans, 80% say lock, 20% say drop. I'm saying lock this sucker in, drop it in the bag. I think Trey's going to get it. I think Trey in this game is going to get his first career rushing touchdown. Nick Saban will set this up for him to get it because he loves Trey. He values Trey. He's proud of the work ethic. I think if there's a point in this game where Alabama's in the red area, I think he's going to put Trey out there and let him get that first career rushing touchdown. But we go ahead to our next thought here in a locker drop, and this goes to the offensive line, in particular the center position, and this is, so Darian Dalcourt, the junior, Darian Dalcourt from Maryland, beats out Chris Owens for the center job. He will outplay Chris Owens against Miami and will take the center job from that game forward. Darian Dalcourt ended up being the center moving forward for Alabama. Well, and I like Dalcourt. He came in 2019 from Maryland, highly athletic, a guy that's very gifted at 6'3", 300 pounds. Doesn't have just a whole bunch of starts under his belt. He's played in 14 games as a backup center. But there are just some people in life that you look at and you go, they look like they should be doing what they're doing, right? There are some moments where you look at a player and you go, that looks like a quarterback. That looks like a running back. That looks like a wide receiver. Last year, when we saw Landon Dickerson, that looked like a center. So, we look at Darian Dalcourt. He beats out Chris Owens and becomes the starter here at center moving forward for Alabama. Let's get your thoughts here. 23% are going lock on this. 77% are going drop on this. I'm going to say we locking this in. We're putting this in the bag. And the reason why, I like Chris Owens, but to me, Darian Dalcourt, more naturally gifted center. He's a guy that when he plays that position, he's mean, he's nasty, he's physical, he's a dog. Saban went with him, Dalcourt, in the second scrimmage of fall camp and really liked what he saw. If Saban did not like what he saw, Saban would not have Dalcourt and Chris Owens as co-centers entering this game. But because he does, this is a chance for Dalcourt to get that thing done, and I see him getting it done here against Miami. Moving on down to the next thought here in Locker Drop here, we go to the defense, and we pick up an outside linebacker, and that being one, Will Anderson. Will Anderson for Alabama will get the first sack of Miami's De'Aaron King. He will have the first sack on Miami's De'Aaron King, one Will Anderson. And Will, we saw what he did last year. He earned the nickname Terminator for a reason. 10.5 tackles for loss, 7 sacks, 8 quarterback hurries, SEC freshman team, all SEC freshman team, freshman All-American team. Sean Alexander, freshman player of the year from the Football Writers Association of America. Will Anderson is a big, big, big deal. And he's put on 8 pounds to his frame, now 6'4", 243 pounds. But the thought process is he will have the first sack. He will be the first one putting De'Aaron King on the ground here. So let's see what you, the Bama Nation, thinks here on Will Anderson. So let's see here. We got 69% of you going lock, 39% of you going drop. So 69 lock, 31 drop. I'm actually going to drop this one. I think Will lead the team in sacks by the end of the game, but I think that first sack's going to come from Chris Allen. I think Chris Allen is going to get the first sack off of De'Aaron King. Will Anderson, though, by the end of the game, will lead the team in sacks. But I think Chris Allen is going to have that first sack there of De'Aaron King. That's just my personal preference. But we move on here. Next off, Locker Drop. Going back to the offense, we pick up the wide receiver room, and in particular, one John Mechie. John Mechie will lead Alabama in receiving against Miami. John Mechie will be the leading receiver for Alabama against the Canes. And Mechie last season was explosive. Last season made plays. Last season stepped up when Jalen Waddle went down. I know he didn't play in the spring because recovering from some surgeries. Coach Saban had talked about it. We're trying to get Mechie back in the flow of things. Well, the young man got back in the flow of things in fall camp, had an 80-yard touchdown reception from Bryce Young in the second of 2 preseason scrimmages. He's played well. Young has called this young man the cornerstone of the Alabama offense. He's not getting the amount of hype that primary wide receivers for Alabama have gotten in the past, but that doesn't mean Mechie is a slouch. He's no slouch. The young man can absolutely play coming from Canada, but he will be Alabama's leading receiver against Miami. Let's get your thoughts here, fans. We got 62% locking this, 38% dropping this. John, I'm locking this one in. John Mechie will lead the team in receiving. Keep your eyes on Jamison Williams, absolutely. But John Mechie leading this team in receiving. He is a preseason candidate for the Fred Biletnikoff Award, for the Maxwell Award. Mechie, silent assassin, kind of a silent killer, if you will. People don't talk about him much, but watch Mechie will lead the team in receiving. We move on here to our next thought in Locker Drop, and it goes to our final thought here in Locker Drop, and it goes to the Alabama defense. So the Alabama defense will get at least one defensive touchdown in this game. Bama defense will get one touchdown in this game. And we all remember and loved the Bama defenses from 2015 and 2016 and 2017 under Coach Saban that collect turnovers and turn them into points. We even saw it a couple of times last year with a pick six from Patrick Surtain II. We saw a fumble recovery from Malachi Moore for a touchdown against Tennessee. We even saw a pick six from Jordan Battle against Kentucky. So we saw this done last year, but Bama defense will open the season against Miami with at least one defensive touchdown here. So let's see what you guys say here. 92% are locking this. 8% are dropping this. You know what I'm going, John? Just put it in the bag. I'm sticking to my day job. We're locking this in, people. We are locking this in, people. And I'm going to say this. Pick 6, Malachi Moore. Calling it right now. Pick 6, Malachi Moore. Calling it right now on the show. That's where it will come from. Pick 6, Malachi Moore. But that is Lock or Drop. 6-pack of fun, interactive questions engaging you, the Alabama football fans. It's always a joy. It's always exciting getting a chance to play this game with you guys. But as always, Tide Nation, you want the best in news, notes, information, and material in your favorite program. You can get this by accessing the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app. You download the app from the iPhone App Store. If you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store. If you have the Android phone, for your audio listening needs, we got you taken care of. iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, or iHeartRadio. If the good and gracious Lord sees fit, I will return on Monday, continuing the conversation that is Tide football. As always, Bama fans, you can purchase individual copies of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Have those sent to your door. That link will be found in the description. Got a couple of super chats to end off with here. So how about Nona Davis? Appreciate Nona for that $5 donation. And the man, William Bryan, for that 80-piece, that $80 donation. He also says an 80-yard punt. I will get an 80-yard punt return. So he's got JoJo Earl, 80-yard punt return. I feel you, William. I feel you on that. I take JoJo Earl, that 80-yard punt return right there. But as always, Tide Nation also, if you're trying to get that fresh edition, print edition of TDA, the magazine, you go to touchdownalabama.com. You click join, become a member, a subscriber today. Also, if you're trying to get your hands on the 4-finger bling necklace, 4-finger bling jewelry, courtesy of our guys at weownthefourthquarter.com. That's weownthefourthquarter.com. That link in the description as well. As a reminder, Tide fans, don't forget TDA live watch party tomorrow during the game. My boys, John Ivory, Justin Smith, conducting the watch party. You want fun, you want hypeness, you want conversation while watching your favorite football team. You check out the TDA live watch party tomorrow during the game. John Ivory, my man, Justin Smith. But until next time, people, husbands, love your wives. Wives appreciate, value those husbands. Children, weekend here, weekend in the building. But still, do the right thing, fun thing, smart thing, good thing, legitimate thing to not be bored. You get you those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. You protect yourself. You protect the loved ones around you. Until next time, folks, I'm your man, Stephen M. Smith. You know what it is. Spit in my own words.